I mean, you could make an argument that Bitcoin was scarce if there was some type of patent on the blockchain and that the only way that you can utilize the blockchain was with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was the only cryptocurrency that exists and the only one that will ever exist, then maybe you can make an argument, hey, it's truly scarce and it could work. But if there's an unlimited number of potential competitors that can saturate the market, then the whole scarcity claim goes out the window. And I want to talk in particular about this one cryptocurrency that has been in the news, and I haven't really mentioned it on the podcast. I mean, I've been aware of it, but I haven't talked about it. And that's this coin, Shiba Inu, which is a newer version of Dogecoin in that it's another dog coin, in that there's an image of a dog, right? A Shiba Inu is some type of Japanese breed of a dog, and it is riding on the coattails of the popularity of the other doggy coin, Dogecoin or doggy coin, whatever the actual name of it is. So anyway, this particular cryptocurrency didn't even really exist until earlier this year, right? I think it came out in like April or something like that. And as soon as it came on the scene, it went from zero to a market cap of like $13 billion, like right away. Like all these people were buying the coin. And then it quickly pulled back down, and the market cap stayed at about $2 or $3 billion just until earlier this month. And then it exploded just out of nowhere. The coin went up to a market cap of about $42 billion. And so right now, if you look at coin market cap, where I was picking up the total number of cryptocurrencies, Shiba Inu is the 9th most valuable cryptocurrency. In fact, it's past Dogecoin. Dogecoin is number 10 and Shiba Inu is now number 9. Now, the question is, how much higher on the charts can it claim? I mean, it can easily, I think, overtake Polkadot. That one's worth 42 billion. I mean, right now, as I'm speaking, Shiba Inu is dropped. It's at 38. It's down 4.4%. Last I looked at it before I started the podcast, it was higher. It was actually positive. But it's still up about 145% over the past week. So it's been a very strong week, even though it's pulling back. In fact, it may have been number 8 earlier in the day or yesterday. It probably was above this Polkadot. I'm not sure if it ever got to Ripple. Ripple right now is in 7th place. It's got just over $50 billion market cap. Now, you can't even really talk about the price of Shiba Inu because it trades for a tiny fraction of a penny, because the supply of Shiba Inus is a quadrillion. And a quadrillion is what comes after a trillion. So 1,000 trillions is a quadrillion. So that's how cheap this particular coin is. I mean, if the coin ever got to a penny, which it's never going to do, I think that would mean 10 trillion at a penny, if I'm doing my math right in my head. You know, because if it was $1 and there's a quadrillion, then if it hit $1 a coin, the market cap would be a quadrillion dollars, which again is impossible for anything to be worth that much. So it's never going to happen. So this thing is always going to trade in tiny fractions. It's right now 0.00007. So you got 5 decimal places to the right of the decimal point. Tiny, tiny price. But that's part of the appeal of the coin, because everybody buys these coins, I guess, by the millions or tens of millions or billions. I don't know, whatever they're doing. So people get to buy a lot of coin for a low price, and maybe they think, oh my God, what if it ever gets to a penny, which of course it's not going to do. But, you know, it doesn't have to get to a penny. I mean, it can get to 1,000th of a penny, and it would be a massive gain from where it is right now. But the point about Shiba Inu is, what is the difference between Shiba Inu and Bitcoin? There's no difference. I mean, everybody is saying, oh, it's a scam, it's a joke, it's a pump and dump. But so is Bitcoin. So are all of these coins. The fact that this coin can arrive on the scene a few months ago and achieve a $40 billion market cap, who's to say that that's not any more viable than any of the other cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin? I mean, the price is going up. I mean, everybody wants to tout Bitcoin based on its appreciation. How much money you would have made had you only bought Bitcoin at a point in the past. And that proves that it's better than gold, or it's the best asset because it's gone up the most. Well, it hasn't gone up nearly as much as Shiba Inu, certainly not this week or this year. So why isn't Shiba Inu better than Bitcoin if it has faster price appreciation than Bitcoin, right? It's a better store of value if that's how you're going to define it based on how much it's gone up. Now, people will say, well, sure, Shiba Inu can come crashing down. Yeah, well, then so can Bitcoin. So can any of these coins. It's all about confidence. It's all about perception. And it highlights the lack of scarcity of Bitcoin because now the market has to absorb another coin. Some of the people that might otherwise have bought Bitcoin now can buy Shiba Inu instead. So it's not like Bitcoin has the cryptocurrency market to itself. Every day it has to share that market with more and more altcoins that are ultimately going to siphon demand from Bitcoin. Now, so far, that hasn't stopped Bitcoin from going up, although it has stopped it really from making new highs. I mean, Bitcoin did have a big pullback once it got above that 65,000 high. We did pull back. In fact, we flash crashed, I think was yesterday. We went down below 58,000, quickly recovered, but there was a big dump in the crypto space in just a matter of minutes. And eventually it's going to flash crash for good, right? It's not going to come back. It's going to crash and then keep on crashing. But the success and the popularity of Shiba Inu just shines a light on the whole mania. And it's laughable when I hear the Bitcoin maximalist talk about how Shiba Inu is a scam, that it's a pump and dump, but Bitcoin is not, when fundamentally it's basically the same concept. And because Shiba Inu was so successful, well, more coins are going to come. And what was the secret to their success? Well, Dogecoin was a success because they had a dog. And so we're going to put a picture of a dog on this coin. And so now it's a success. So we got some more coins. I'm sure they're going to come out. Now, I don't know why the dogs work. What about a cat? Maybe someone has to come out with a coin with a cat on it, and maybe that one will really go up. And then why not try a pig or a chicken or all kinds of animals? You got tons of different animals or reptiles that you can put on coins. I mean, whatever the theme is, and people are just going to buy it, but who cares? Because all this is nonsense. It doesn't matter what picture I put on a non-existent coin. There is no coin. It's just a string of numbers, and the way they choose to depict it is all part of the hype. It's the meme nature of what's going on. And it's the same as what I said earlier about all these companies that are being valued on their revenue rather than on their profits. These cryptocurrencies are not valued based on any fundamentals that would give them value. It's all based on hype. It's all based on momentum. And why do people want to buy stock in these money-losing companies? Because other people want to buy stock in these money-losing companies, and the price of the stock of these companies keeps going up, and it doesn't matter how much money they lose because no one cares. And so none of these cryptocurrencies actually have any real value. None of them are actually used as currencies. They'll never be money. They're not stores of value because they have no value to store. They're not units of account, but none of that matters, just like earnings don't matter in a bubble. But just as I said, earnings will eventually matter. The lack of fundamental value will eventually matter to all these cryptocurrencies. And when the demand goes away and you've got this enormity